Well, good afternoon. You know, gun violence is a scourge in our community. And the more we can get rid of guns and eliminate the use and the presence of guns in our community, the better off our citizens and our town as a whole will be. And today I'm here to announce a special initiative that's being started up in partnership with the City of Jackson, the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, directed by Ms. Keisha Coleman. Of course, Jackson Police Department is going to be involved, but we also have the JSU Votes, Girls Against Gun Violence Coalition, that is here, and it's being directed by Professor Jacoby Grant to talk about this initiative. I want to especially recognize the JSU Votes Girls Against Gun Violence Coalition for stepping up to help stem the tide of gun possession in our city and showing what youth leadership looks like in our city. This initiative is a partnership between JSU, the City of Jackson, Jackson Police Department, faith-based communities, and local organizations dedicated to community safety. Gun violence remains one of our most urgent issues facing families and young people in Jackson and across Mississippi. A lot of times, even young people who don't want to have guns wind up putting themselves in possession of guns because they feel like it's a matter of self-defense. Too many of our young men and women are at risk, and too many families are dealing with the aftermath and fallout of senseless violence. As mayor, my top priority is the safety of our residents, especially our youth. We must be proactive and creative in our coming up with solutions. Due to Mississippi's open carry laws, access to guns is a contributing factor to crime in Jackson, Mississippi. So this event aims to foster healing, understanding, and practical solutions for our community. We want to encourage parents, educators, faith leaders, and young adults to attend the events that are being planned over the coming days, weeks, and months, where they can get informed, they can connect with resources available to help keep our community safe. The City of Jackson is proud to support Girls Against Gun Violence Coalition, Jackson State University, JSU Votes, and the student leaders who are behind me who are trying to make a difference. We want to see a positive example over the Labor Day weekend that we can reduce the presence and use of guns and the presence of gun violence in our communities. Together we can turn the tide on gun violence in our community and build a safer future for every young person in Jackson. And I'd like to now recognize Ms. Keisha Coleman, once again, Director of the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement.
Good afternoon. I stand before you today as the Director of the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement and serve, again, as the Director for our commitment to end gun violence in the city. And what we would like to do is to let everyone know that everyone has a seat at the table. This commitment is not only just for the City of Jackson, it's for Jackson State, the residents, and the communities of Jackson, Mississippi. Our goal is to have safer communities and reduce the likelihood of gun violence on our streets. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Coleman is going to be one of the leaders who will be helping to host events, and youth and families will have access to support services such as counseling, anger management, mentoring, and parental resources. Law enforcement will be present as partners, working to build trust with our youth and to show them their commitment to their safety outside of a formal setting. This approach puts relationships and conversation at the forefront, helping to break down barriers and create a real change in our community. As I mentioned, attorney and Professor Jacoby Grant is the sponsor of the JSU Votes Girls Against Gun Violence Coalition, and I'd like to recognize him for a few comments.
Thank you. Gun violence is a problem in our community that has gone unaddressed for a while. And our lives begin to change when we become silent about things that matter. So I appreciate the Mayor Horn, Ms. Coleman, Chief Wade, his brass, all in coming together and uniting to provide proposed solutions to a problem that has begun to plague our community. And we no longer will we be silent about something that matters. Too many lives have been lost. Our future is slowly dwindling away. But with our united efforts, this can be an opportunity, a movement for change. And as we move forward, change is something that we will see in the city of Jackson.
Thank you, and right now we'd also like to recognize Deputy Chief Tyrone Buckley for some comments.
Good afternoon. Again, as you heard from many members of this panel, it's an initiative in the community. Jackson Police Department believes that they are part of the community. They just don't work for the community. We are the community. And in that, the initiative that's been taken by JSU and and Keisha Coleman and other individuals are very important to our community because violence has plagued our community far too long. And I think that it's always impressive when you see ordinary people do extraordinary things. When you start having conversations and start educating people about things that they can do in their community to improve it, I think that that's when we start making meaningful changes. And in that initiative, being blessed by the mayor and being hosted by JSU, I think that they're going to give us an opportunity to bridge a new gap, a new relationship with new community members, which is our JSU students, as well as our community that's willing to come forward and have these conversations with us. As Dr. Grant mentioned earlier, it's going to be a 3-day event that's going to be held. And we invite you all to come out to those events. And those are going to be posted on the website in addition to our Facebook page for the Jackson Police Department and Jackson State Facebook page. So if you all are out there, you want to have some meaningful conversation in an effort to change lives and make an impactful difference on our community instead of carrying the false, wrong narrative about gun violence, but making a difference in our city and reducing gun violence, now is the time to come aboard, take a stand, and join us in these conversations. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Buckley. An incident occurred several weeks ago at the Palisades where someone was a victim of gun violence. And some of these young ladies behind me approached Professor Grant to say, we got to do something. And he says, well, what are you going to do? And so that's how JSU Votes Girls Against Gun Violence Coalition was formed, essentially. And right now, to give some expressions around that, I'd like to ask Ms. Angel Edwards, who is a member of JSU Girls Against Gun Violence Coalition, to make a few comments.
Hello. Like Mr. Mayor said, that a couple of girls created this organization and this coalition because of a few years ago, a man who got shot during the Palisades. We wanted this community to come together and resulting in us becoming a family and coming together to stop all this violence that is happening in our community. This week we're going to have a week with no violence. We're going to try this entire week to go no violence throughout our community. Friday night we're going to have a gala for all the city and all the campuses in Jackson, Mississippi to come out and celebrate together. We're going to have anger management resolution throughout all the city. We want to have parents to come out, parents to bring their children, come out together, party and have a nice time with Jackson State Police Department, everything. On Sunday, we also will be having a brunch at the museum to bring together people and to hear our mothers with murdered sons as they tell all their stories and the things that they've had. We would love for y'all to join us on August 29th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, August 31st. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Stay right here. All right, I'd like to ask Deputy Chief Buckley, Professor Grant, Ms. Coleman, to join me at the podium for any questions that you as the media might have.
So, Mr. Grant, I guess how important it was for you to, to start this initiative?
It was of vital importance. This particular initiative was a means of me educating these students on the purpose of socio-political engagement in the American political system. As Mayor stated, originally this group of students began fighting voter apathy and voter antipathy until a socio-political issue plagued them. And that was my opportunity to explain, this is why I'm teaching you why voting is important. Because the people that are on the ballots to vote for or serve civilly can help you devise solutions to this problem. So in doing that, they said, well, let's develop an organization that can work hand in hand with law enforcement and utilize the American political process through lobbying, being heard by civil servants to actually bring about change. And that was 2 years ago, and look today. Now they've partnered with not only the City of Jackson's police department, but the City of Jackson as a whole, and its offices, its internal offices, to make this city the most prosperous place that it can be.
I have a question for Deputy Buckley. Chief Wade has said that the shootings that have happened over the past few weeks were gang-related. What gangs were involved in these shootings, and why are the gangs organized? What is their business? Is it drugs? Is it guns? We were wanting to know more specific information about which gangs have been involved in the shootings.
I think that's a very important question, but at this time, I think it's important to look at the initiative that's being presented today. I think that what the young women and males at Jackson State is doing need to take precedent on that. We can have that conversation at a later time, but right now, let's focus on what we're trying to do to prevent those methods from happening. But as it relates to that, we can have another conversation or an interview about that. Right now, I just want to applaud the work that they're doing to try to reduce gun violence within our city. Someone is taking a stand. I think that needs to be recognized.
Okay, well, I'm trying to focus on the initiative, but my question is actually for Ms. Coleman. What's this new office you're heading, and what happened to the old, I think it was called the Office of Violence, Trauma, I'm not sure. But what's this new one? Can you just give us some details?
Of course, the Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement exists to support community-led and grassroots organizations in the city to reduce the likelihood of gun violence, as well as provide hope and healing for our citizens and communities in the city of Jackson. What we like to do is support fiscally, as well as other supportive measures, agencies who are boots on the ground doing the work to heal our city. In addition to that, we would like to serve as a hub, as a collaboration for these organizations, so people in our community will not have to go all around the city to find resources and support, but we will be able to offer those resources and support with one phone call.
And the other office, what happened to that?
That office is no longer existing. What we wanted to do, to be clear, is to expand what we do. We do not want to just focus on gun violence prevention, but we want to focus also on hope and healing of the communities in the city.
Thank you.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I have a question for Ms. Angel. What do you hope this initiative in Jackson will positively affect other schools, other HBCUs, PWIs, and other states as well?
This is actually our hashtag for the culture. We not only want this to happen at Jackson State, we not only want this to happen in Mississippi, but we're hoping that this initiative will happen all around the world. We're hoping that this will be the starting for this initiative to create on to other campuses and other communities. Gun violence is not only in Jackson, it's all over the world. So we're hoping that everyone will come together and see this as a jump start to that initiative.
Another question?
We know that the people involved in the shootings over the past few weeks have primarily been young men in their 20s. What are we doing to ensure that they come to attend this event?
So this is, and that's a great question, this is the importance of collaborating, unity. There is strength in numbers. And so that is why we have partnered with the City of Jackson, Ms. Keisha Coleman, JPD, and most importantly, our faith-based organizations and institutions. Unfortunately, Bishop Rodney Kruder could not be here, but he's leading the charge. And this purpose of this press conference is a public invitation to the public, an outcry. If you know a young male who may need anger management, grief counseling, counseling associated with the grief associated with the trauma caused by gun violence, conflict resolution, mentoring for fatherless sons. This is a call to the community to get involved, recommend a person. So to answer your question, we've extended the invitation to every young adult ministry at faith-based institutions throughout the city. We've also invited, even though it's Friday Night Lights, a lot of the fifth quarter activities that take place after Friday night football games. We've invited them to have their fifth quarter in paradise at Jackson State University for one night in Vegas on August the 29th. And I ask each of you, this is a public outcry. If you know someone or if you have someone related to you who you know needs some type of help, come out, get the resources available. This is another purpose of this program is to avail the public to all of these social support and therapeutic resources that they may have no knowledge on how to obtain. So, in short, to reach the public, to make sure young men get out, we have all bonded together. And I cannot forget Hines Behavioral Health and our Hines County Judicial Court System, who also has a role in this in providing notice to persons. So we're coming together as a whole. Not only our institution, Jackson State, the City of Jackson, its law enforcement department, but like Ms. Coleman said, like-minded individuals and organizations are coming together to bring these young men out to solve this problem. And women too, because it's not just young men who are resorting to gun violence, it's young women too. And so, again, this is a plea to the public. If you know someone, if you're a parent who is having to deal with problems with your child, come out. Get the assistance you need. These events are created for you to have fun in the process. So please, come out and enjoy.
And let me say this, this is not an event. This is a process. It's the start of a process that we expect will continue for some time to come. We know that we're not going to solve this problem overnight, and we're not going to solve it with just one event. But we have to start somewhere, and this is a great start of creating a process for healing, for reconciliation, for coming and getting help, for even responding to the cry for help. So we're expecting that we'll have a lot more events and a lot more discussions and a lot more gatherings. But it's not built around just having one event. One more question.
Mayor Harold, you just spoke of the fifth quarter. Are there any efforts to prevent any nightclub crimes or violence that we've been seeing recently?
Well, of course, we're all concerned about violence wherever it rears its head. We're having discussions right now about how we can make sure that an entertainment setting such as a nightclub is a safe environment for the folks who choose to get their entertainment that way. It includes the installation of things like safety cameras that will deter any sort of bad behavior on the part of attendees. But it's a process that we are evolving as we stand up our transition committees. There's a law enforcement committee that will be looking at those issues and the kinds of recommendations that will come out of that.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.